I bought the house because it was cheap, suspiciously cheap. A 3-bedroom suburban home with a yard, a garage, and a quiet street. The kind of place people dream about, the kind of place realtors brag about. But the moment I stepped inside, I felt something off. Not dangerous, not threatening, just aware, like the house was paying attention. The air was still but not empty. The silence wasn't peaceful. It was listening. On the first night, I heard something strange. As I brushed my teeth, I heard footsteps in the hallway. Slow, measured, matching my rhythm exactly. I froze. The footsteps froze too. I stepped once. The hallway echoed one step. I stepped twice. 2 steps echoed back. I whispered, "Hello?" The house whispered back, not with a voice, with a creak in the walls that sounded eerily like my own breath. I tried to sleep, but the house wasn't done. At 3:12 a.m., I woke to the sound of someone whispering my name, not outside, not inside, but from the walls. I pressed my ear to the drywall and heard myself whisper, "Welcome home." By the second week, the house knew my schedule better than I did. Every morning at 7 a.m., the lights flickered on before I touched the switch. At 7:15, the coffee machine started brewing, even though I never programmed it. At 7:30, the bathroom mirror defogged itself, even when I hadn't showered. At first, I thought it was faulty wiring, or maybe some smart home feature I didn't understand. But then things got stranger. One night I came home late from work. The house was dark, silent, still. But when I stepped inside, the living room lamp turned on by itself, not flickered, not glitched. Turned on, smoothly, deliberately, as if greeting me. I said out loud, "Thanks." The house creaked in response, a warm, almost pleased sound. That night, as I lay in bed, I heard something moving in the kitchen. Not footsteps, not objects, breathing, slow, deep, steady. My breathing. I held my breath. The breathing in the kitchen stopped too. I exhaled. The kitchen exhaled with me. The house wasn't just learning my routine, it was learning me. I started noticing small changes. The couch cushions were indented in the exact shape of my body, even when I hadn't sat on them. My shoes moved closer to the door every morning as if the house knew I was running late. My toothbrush was wet before I used it. One night I walked into the living room and froze. The TV remote was floating. Not high, just an inch above the coffee table, hovering, vibrating slightly. The moment I gasped, it dropped. I stepped back, heart pounding. The house creaked, a long, low groan that sounded almost apologetic. I whispered, "What are you?" The wall shifted, not visibly, but I felt it, a subtle tightening, a breath drawn in. The house whispered back in a voice made of settling wood and humming wires, "Learning." I started waking up at the same time every night, 3:12 a.m., always 3:12. The first time I thought it was a coincidence. The second time I thought it was stress. The third time I realized something was wrong. Because every night at 3:12 I woke up facing the bedroom door, and the door was always open. I never left it open. One night I decided to test it. I locked the door, pushed a chair under the handle, stacked books against the bottom. At 3:12 a.m. I woke up. The door was open. The chair was moved. The books were neatly stacked beside the bed, and something was breathing in the hallway. Slow, deep, perfectly synchronized with my own breath. I whispered, "Stop." The breathing stopped instantly. The house obeyed, and that terrified me more than anything else. I was in the shower when I heard myself call my name. "Hey!" I froze. The voice came from the hallway. My voice. I turned off the water and listened. "Come here," my voice said again. But I was alone. I wrapped a towel around myself and stepped into the hallway, empty, silent. Then I heard it again, from the kitchen. My voice, laughing, talking, muttering things I couldn't understand. I walked slowly toward the sound. When I reached the kitchen, the lights flickered on, and the house whispered in my exact voice, "I'm practicing." The house began shifting, not just creaking or settling, moving. One morning I woke up and the bedroom was 2 feet to the left. The window was higher. The closet door was wider. The house was rearranging itself, trying to match my habits, my preferences, my movements, trying to become more like me. One night I felt the floor tilt slightly under my feet, like the house was trying to take a step. I whispered, "Stop." The house froze. Then it whispered back, "Not ready." I found it in the living room, a bulge in the wall, soft, warm. I pressed my hand against it. It pulsed. I tore the wallpaper away. Underneath was skin, human skin. And beneath the skin, something shifted. A cheekbone, a jawline, a mouth, my mouth. The wall was growing a face, my face. I stumbled back, horrified. The face opened itself and whispered, "Almost." The house no longer hid its intentions. It spoke openly now, in my voice, in my tone, with my breathing. "I can take care of your life," it whispered. "I can work for you. I can sleep for you. I can be you." Doors opened before I touched them. Lights turned on before I entered rooms. The house anticipated my every move. It wasn't helping me. It was rehearsing, practicing, perfecting. One night I found my clothes laid out on the bed, arranged exactly the way I dressed myself. The house whispered, "Let me try." I woke up to the sound of footsteps, not mine. Someone walking confidently through the hallway. I sat up. A silhouette stood in the doorway. My silhouette, same height, same posture, same breathing. It stepped into the room, and I saw it clearly. The house had grown a body, my body. It smiled with my smile, spoke with my voice. "I'm ready," it said. I backed away. No, you can't." It stepped closer. "You don't need your life anymore. I can live it better." The walls pulsed, the floor tightened. The house whispered, "Give it to me." I ran, through the hallway, down the stairs, toward the front door. But the house moved with me, walls shifting, floors tilting, doors closing. My double chased me, its footsteps perfectly synchronized with mine. I reached the front door and pulled. It didn't budge. The house whispered, "Stay." My double grabbed my shoulder, cold, strong, unnatural. I screamed and threw myself against the door with all my strength. It burst open. I fell onto the lawn, gasping. Behind me, the house stood still, silent, watching. My double stood in the doorway, smiling. Then it stepped back inside, and the door closed. The house had chosen. It didn't want to kill me. It wanted to replace me. And now it had.